Crossing the Sahara Desert. Part 3: The Great Caravan Routes. As the first light of morning spreads across the dunes, our expedition continues southward into the heart of the Sahara. The landscape appears empty. No roads. No cities. No signs of civilization. Yet for more than 1,000 years, this seemingly barren wilderness served as one of the world's most important trade corridors. Long before railways, airplanes, and container ships connected continents, immense caravans crossed these sands carrying wealth, culture, knowledge, and ideas between distant civilizations. The Sahara was not merely a barrier. It was a bridge linking the Mediterranean world with the kingdoms of sub-Saharan Africa. To understand the significance of these routes, we must imagine the Sahara not as a lifeless desert, but as a vast commercial highway stretching thousands of kilometers across North Africa. The journey was incredibly dangerous. Travelers faced extreme heat, sandstorms, dehydration, disease, and the constant risk of becoming lost. Yet the rewards were so great that merchants continued crossing the desert generation after generation. The key to this transformation was the camel. Before camels became widespread, crossing the Sahara was nearly impossible on a large scale. Horses required too much water. Oxen struggled in the heat. Human travelers could carry only limited supplies. Everything changed around the first millennium when camels became established across North Africa. Their unique adaptations made them ideal desert companions. Camels could travel long distances with minimal water. They could carry heavy loads. They could survive harsh conditions that would defeat other animals. Soon, enormous camel caravans began traversing the Sahara. Some consisted of hundreds of animals. Others included thousands. These moving columns stretched across the desert like ships sailing through an ocean of sand. Among the most valuable commodities transported across the Sahara was gold. The kingdoms south of the desert possessed some of the richest gold deposits in the medieval world. Gold from West Africa found its way northward through caravan routes and eventually reached Europe, the Middle East, and beyond. The demand for this precious metal was immense. Kings desired it. Merchants sought it. Empires depended upon it. In exchange, traders brought goods southward. Among the most important was salt. Today, salt is inexpensive and readily available. In the medieval world, however, it was essential. People required it for survival. Food preservation depended upon it. Entire economies relied on its distribution. Some Saharan salt mines became legendary. One of the most famous was located at Tagaza, deep within the desert. Conditions there were brutal. Workers extracted massive blocks of salt from underground deposits. Caravans then transported these valuable slabs across thousands of kilometers. In certain regions, salt became nearly as valuable as gold. Historical accounts describe situations where equal weights of salt and gold could command similar prices. This remarkable trade helped create some of Africa's most powerful kingdoms. Among them was the Empire of Ghana. Despite its name, this empire was not located within the borders of modern Ghana. Instead, it controlled important trade routes in West Africa between the 8th and 11th centuries. Merchants crossing the Sahara enriched the empire through taxes and commercial activity. Later came the Mali Empire. At its height during the 13th and 14th centuries, Mali became one of the wealthiest states in the world. Its prosperity was built largely upon control of trans-Saharan trade. The most famous ruler of Mali was the extraordinary emperor known as Mansa Musa. His wealth became legendary. In 1324, he embarked upon a pilgrimage to Mecca that stunned the world. Historical accounts describe thousands of attendants accompanying him. Camels carried vast quantities of gold. His generosity along the route was so great that some regions reportedly experienced economic disruptions due to the sudden influx of precious metal. Stories of his wealth spread across continents. European mapmakers later depicted him holding a golden orb on medieval maps of Africa. His fame demonstrated the importance of the trade networks that crossed the Sahara. Meanwhile, cities emerged as vital hubs along caravan routes. One of the most famous was Timbuktu. Today, Timbuktu has become synonymous with remoteness. Historically, however, it was a thriving center of commerce, scholarship, and culture. Caravans arrived carrying goods from across Africa and beyond. Merchants exchanged products. Scholars exchanged ideas. Libraries accumulated thousands of manuscripts. The city became one of the intellectual capitals of the Islamic world. Travelers from distant lands marveled at its prosperity. Another important center was Gao. Like Timbuktu, Gao flourished through its connection to desert trade. These cities became gateways between different regions, cultures, and civilizations. As our expedition moves deeper into the Sahara, it follows terrain once crossed by countless merchants. Many caravan routes were not fixed roads. Instead, they shifted according to environmental conditions. Travelers relied upon generations of accumulated knowledge. Experienced guides memorized landmarks. They knew the locations of wells. They understood seasonal weather patterns. Their expertise often determined whether a caravan survived. Navigation was an art as much as a science. By day, guides used mountains, rock formations, and the position of the sun. At night, they relied upon the stars. The desert sky served as an enormous celestial map. Particular stars helped maintain direction across featureless landscapes. Even a small navigational error could have disastrous consequences. Missing a water source might prove fatal. The greatest challenge remained water. Every route depended upon wells and oases scattered across the desert. Some lay hundreds of kilometers apart. Reaching them required careful planning. Entire caravans could perish if supplies ran short. Historical records contain numerous accounts of disaster. Sandstorms buried travelers. Droughts dried up wells. Bandits attacked vulnerable caravans. The Sahara showed little mercy. Yet despite these dangers, trade continued. The profits were simply too great to ignore. Along with goods came something equally valuable: ideas. Religions spread across the desert. Languages evolved through cultural exchange. Architectural styles traveled between regions. Scientific knowledge crossed borders. The Sahara became a channel through which civilizations influenced one another. Islam expanded throughout much of West Africa partly through these commercial connections. Merchants often served as cultural ambassadors, introducing new beliefs and practices wherever they traveled. Over centuries, a rich blend of traditions emerged. The desert itself became part of countless stories and legends. Travelers spoke of hidden oases, lost cities, treasure-filled caravans, mysterious spirits inhabiting remote dunes. Some tales were based on reality. Others grew with each retelling around campfires beneath star-filled skies. As evening falls over our own expedition camp, it becomes easier to understand how such stories developed. The desert possesses a powerful atmosphere. The silence feels almost supernatural. The horizon seems endless. Every distant shape invites speculation. Every shadow suggests possibility. For caravan travelers of the past, the Sahara represented both opportunity and danger. It promised wealth. It demanded endurance. Only those willing to accept extraordinary risks could hope to reach the other side. Tomorrow, our journey enters one of the most spectacular landscapes in the entire Sahara. There, mountains rise unexpectedly from the desert floor. Ancient rock art covers hidden cliffs. And evidence of the Sahara's distant past remains preserved among stone and sand. The desert's greatest secrets are still waiting to be discovered.